Hi everyone, in this video I'll take you through step by step how to make these baby octopuses. They're really quick and easy and quite beginner friendly. To make these you'll need a ball of yarn. I used Parfait Chunky. I used a 5mm crochet hook, a scissors, tapestry needles, stitch markers, safety eyes and stuffing. For round 1 we will make 8 single crochets into the magic ring. And to make a magic ring, I wrap the yarn into a cross on my fingers and then put the hook under the first and then grab onto the second and then just pull through like this and then grab onto the yarn again and pull through the little loop. You can watch tutorials on how to make a magic ring as well if you're struggling, but this is just how I do it. And then you want to put 8 single crochets into this ring. This is the first single crochet, so you just want to go into the magic ring, pull on the yarn, and then when you have 2 loops just pull through both. And we want to make 8 of these. Once you're done making the 8 single crochets into the magic ring, just pull onto the yarn tail and it should close this circle for us. Make sure not to pull too hard because it might snap the yarn as well. And then these are the 8 single crochets we've just made. And for round 2 we will do increases into each stitch, which is basically just doing 2 single crochets into the same stitch. And this is one stitch. It has 2 loops, a front loop and a back loop. So we will put our crochet hook through both the loops and then do a single crochet similarly like we did before. And we will do 2 single crochets into the same stitch, which means our stitch count will double at the end of this round, making it 16 stitches. For the next 4 rounds, we will just continue doing 16 single crochets into each of the stitches. So our stitch count won't change for the next 4 rounds. It will just increase in depth because we will just single crochet all around. So do this and I'll see you at the end of round 6. We will now add our safety eyes in, and I'm using 8mm safety eyes, but feel free to go bigger or smaller. And we'll be putting the safety eyes between rounds 3 and 4. So count from the magic ring to round 3 and 4 and place the safety eye between them. And then count 2 stitches between them and place the second safety eye. And then just place the backings on them to secure them. For round 7, we will be working into the front loops of our stitches only. So like I said before, a stitch has 2 loops, the front loop and the back loop. So for the next round, we will just be working into the front loop. And to do this, we will mark the back loops just to know where they are, because we will come back to them after this round. So mark just the back loop with a stitch marker and work into the front loop. For the first stitch, we will do a slip stitch, which is pulling the yarn through and then pulling it through the loop again instead of yarning over and pulling through both. So that's a slip stitch, and then we want to chain 2, so just chain them like I'm doing so, and then we will do a double crochet into the second chain from the hook. So just try follow along. And if you struggle with any of these stitches, you can find more in-depth tutorials on how to do them. And then we will continue with our pattern, which is a slip stitch into the next stitch, and just keep repeating this 8 times. So we will do the slip stitch again, and then chain 2, do a double crochet and slip stitch again, and that's the second tentacle, and then we will do that 6 more times. After doing the last slip stitch, I like to mark the back loop of the last stitch, just to remember where it is, because we will be working into the back loops for round 8. If you find it easier, you can mark all of these back loops if it helps you identify them. Before we move on to the next round, I'll just identify which are the front loops, just in case you're having trouble seeing them. And these should be 16 front loops all around till the stitch marker. In round 8 we will be decreasing all around, and these are the back loops of round 6 that we will be working into. So to decrease, you want to yarn over, and instead of doing a single crochet, just go into the next back loop and then do a half single crochet and single crochet all 3 loops, and that means you would have single crocheted 2 of the stitches together. And if we do this all around, our stitch count will drop from 16 to 8. We can now cut our yarn because we're done crocheting, and we will just be using a tapestry needle to close it after stuffing. So just leave a longish yarn tail, which we will use later on, and then just pull your hook through. We can now stuff our octopus. You can use some fiber fill or even leftover yarn to use as stuffing. It doesn't really need too much stuffing because it's a baby octopus and it's really tiny. So just stuff as much as you want. Just make sure not to overstuff it because it can start showing through the stitches. So just put enough stuffing that it keeps its shape. We can now close our octopus using a tapestry needle, and these are the stitches we will be working into, so just the front loops, not the back loops, to close. So just thread your yarn through the tapestry needle and then we can begin closing. To close, we want to insert the tapestry needle through the front loop and then out through the next front loop. So we will be working 2 stitches at a time, and if we repeat this 4 times, the hole should fully close. So, and pull tightly after each 2 stitches so it closes the circle a bit. So we did that 2 times. This is the 3rd time. And then the 4th, which should fully close our octopus. And then we will just weave in this yarn tail, so put the needle back through the octopus and then move it around a bit just so it tangles into the yarn and doesn't come undone, and then we will be done. Our baby octopus is all done now. I hope you enjoyed making your tiny octopus, and I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope to see you in the next one.